welcome back from the break. Now, there are many who believe that cultural exchange or track to diplomacy goes a long way in helping relations between states. I, for one, believe that. Shubha Sankaran plays an instrument called the Sulbahar, and Brian Q. Silver is a sitar player. They've traveled the world over, including Pakistan, enchanting audiences everywhere they go. They are here again for a performance and are with me now live in our Karachi studios. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast at Dawn. It's great having you here. And yeah, before we start, I have to say I'm so impressed with your Urdu. It's a shame that we're conducting our conversation in English, because I would love to, for everyone to hear how...
That's fine.
Now, you know, I want to start off with, as you saw in my introduction, that I said, you know, track to diplomacy, cultural exchange, and so on. You've been to Pakistan before. This time you're here with the U.S. Embassy, is that correct? They've invited you?
Yes, in fact, they've invited us, and they've set up for us to meet with local musicians and others, and meet with the media, both in Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad.
Okay. And do you believe, Brian, that you know, the cultural exchange and artists coming here and artists going there, that helps relations between states?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's right now what my life is dedicated to, is presenting this music wherever we can, but also in my work at Voice of America. I'm the ethnomusicologist, which studies the music in the context of society. And in my blog, I write about all sorts of music in the interest of increasing understanding between countries. Because when there is this kind of exchange, I think people become closer together.
Quite right. I absolutely agree. You say in your blog, so can you tell us about your blog?
Well, as part of my job, the blog is www.voamusic.com, and I write about a number of things. When Dr. Adam Nair had passed away earlier in the year, I did a little memoriam of him, and then wrote about Pakistani classical music. I decided to repost that, so that's up on the blog now. And there will be, on the course of this trip, further postings. And I'm hoping to get some response from listeners in Pakistan and elsewhere.
Well, I certainly hope you do. You know, we have a lot of bloggers who follow Breakfast at Dawn quite religiously, and you know, we're on Twitter as well. So it's a very interactive kind of program in that way. Shubha, you've been to Pakistan before as well. Both of you have.
Yes.
And this time, how long are you here for? What is your program?
Yes, we're here for 2 weeks, and we're going to be going to Napa today, and meeting with some other musicians and doing a workshop. And so we're going to be very, very busy.
We'll be at Lok Virsa in Islamabad.
Okay.
And other things are falling into place as we...
And you're also planning a visit to Lahore?
Yes, we are, yes.
Inshallah.
Yes.
Lahore is, of course, you know, the cultural capital of Pakistan, as it were. So, and when you were here before, did you visit all of these cities before as well?
Yes, we did in '97 for the 50th anniversary of the independence of Pakistan. The ambassador, U.S. ambassador then, Tom Simons, invited us to perform all over Pakistan,
for a full country tour,
including Peshawar, and that was
wonderful.
a wonderful trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of time with the musicians here, and did a workshop in Lahore in 2000 at the Sanjan Nagar Institute in Lahore.
Okay. When you were here last in 97, since
I've
then...
been back several times since then.
Okay,
in connection with the work. But this was the musical event, which is what we're addressing today.
Well, what kind of cultural work brought you back?
Well, at that point, I was chief of the Urdu service at Voice of America. So we came over to explore, again, interactions, possible affiliations with local broadcast organizations, which we have had.
I see. And so. You came then, and you are here now, I mean, these are very difficult times for Pakistan. How do you feel the change?
Well, the change all over the world is challenging. I first came for an extended period to Pakistan in 1976, to Lahore, where I was with the Berkeley Urdu language program in Pakistan. And I arrived in Lahore and I felt it was home. I was fortunate to meet Khaja Khurshid Anwar Saab, and also Fez Saab, whom I had met previously in 1970 upon my first visit. But I worked with them a bit on their classical music research cell, trying to revive interest in the traditional music of which this instrument is a representative.
That's right. Before we started off, just so I tell you, we were placing the musical instrument here, and Brian said we have 3 guests here, which is really wonderful. So is there always this kind of respect that you attribute to the instrument that you play?
Absolutely, because it's our voice.
That's really wonderful. And what?
Shubha is the specialist on this one.
Well, the Surbahar is a kind of a veena. It's also called the Kachua veena because, as you can see, it's like a back of a Kachua. And basically, this is a development from the oldest stringed instrument of the South Asian continent, subcontinent.
Rudravina.
The Rudravina. So that is the oldest stringed instrument. And so this is developed so that it could have the same sound and the meditative qualities and the deep tones of the bean. So this is a very, very important instrument. There are not many people who play it because as we know that the world is becoming so fast and people don't want to take the time to spend to study it. But I think it's very important to bring back some of the traditional instruments back to the fore.
Did you feel that you got that sort of response here in Pakistan? You say that you're going to be meeting musicians.
Oh yes,
and so on.
there are a lot of there's a lot of interest in Pakistan.
And on her behalf, she's modest, but she did receive a gold medal from the All Pakistan Music Conference as the best new instrumentalist in 1989.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you did. And so how do you see, because Pakistan, well, it's been through, a lot of repression as well, as far as the arts are concerned. Not now, but in the past with Ziaul Haq, certainly. Do you feel that now there is room for a sort of a revival of the arts here?
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to our visit today to Napa. We haven't been there before, but last time I was here, I can't remember whether you were along, went to NCA in Lahore, and it was my good fortune to read some undergraduate theses in the first batch of BAs in music that the NCA had. So the interest is there, it's growing. It'll never be a widely mainstream interest, but I'm very happy with some of the developments among young people who have decided to go back to the roots of this music.
That's great. I'm going to take a quick break right now, but we're going to come back and talk some more to Brian and to Shubha. Do stay with us. This is Breakfast at Dawn.